Well, folks, we got trouble. Yes, we got trouble right here in Chelmsford City. With us to talk about Voices of Hope, upcoming production of The Music Man at the North Shore Music Theater, are Kenny Meehan and daughter Madeline Meehan. Welcome to Chelmsford Tonight.
Thank you for having us.
So, Kenny, you are starring as Harold Hill in the production of The Music Man coming up in April, but tell us what you do by day when you're not like swindling townspeople and trying to sell musical instruments to them.
Well, when I'm not swindling the townspeople at night, I am protecting the townspeople here in Chelmsford. I've been a police officer in town for about 11 years.
Great, a Chelmsford police officer. I think that you would be in your conscience would be chasing Harold Hill down the street, right?
Probably, yes, for sure.
And Madeline, what do you do when you're not playing Lenita, the mayor of River City's daughter, in Music Man?
I am at school. I do a lot of theater at the high school. When I'm not doing theater, I go to work as a swim instructor at Goldfish Swim School.
And you are a student?
I am a student.
And where's that?
At Chelmsford High.
And what year are you in?
I'm a sophomore.
And you do theater at the high school?
Yes.
So this is just kind of a side gig that you have. Mm-hmm. Great. All right, so this isn't just any production of The Music Man. It's being performed by Voices of Hope, a theatrical performance group that raises money for cancer research. Let's hear a little bit from founder Greg Chastain about what Voices of Hope is, and then we'll come back and talk more.
In 2009, I lost my mother to pancreatic cancer. I was in a production of Aida at Arlington Friends at the Drama at the time, and working through my grief and the support of the theatrical community, I realized I wanted to use my passion for theater to give back to the cancer community. So I asked a small group of friends to join me for what was meant to be a one-night-only fundraising cabaret at the Next Door Theater in Winchester. We raised $17,000 that night, and here we are, 13 years later with over 150 members, and we've donated nearly $900,000 to local cancer research.
This is that very talented group up on stage, and I understand that these Voices of Hope performers, including you guys, are paid very, very well.
Well, all of any money that's raised by the group goes directly to fund cancer research, which is one of the reasons we really enjoy doing it, because it's, you can do theater at all kinds of places, and it can seem almost sort of self-centered to be out there and doing it for the accolades, but for us to be able to do it to help a sort of greater cause is very important to us, for sure.
Right. So I was joking, you guys are all volunteers, and it's amazing to see this talent come together of their own free will just to perform in order to raise money for cancer research. How did you guys get involved in the group?
My wife, Madeline's mother, started with the group when it was first conceived of back in 2009. The core group that's been around for a very long time, we've all sort of been involved in theater for many, many years. Diane and I met doing theater, and sort of our kids do it with us now. So it's really, for us, it's very, very much a family thing that we enjoy doing. But it all started off just from doing theater together, and it sort of grew from there.
But other people in the group, I think Greg mentioned that a lot of people in the group have been touched by cancer in their lives and are doing this, that was their original motivator to get into the group.
Yes, yeah, I mean, for sure. I think that everybody's sort of been touched by cancer nowadays, whether it be in a very personal way, like Greg mentioned, he lost his mother to cancer, which is what sort of prompted him to start the organization to begin with. And everybody's had any number of different sort of experiences with cancer, whether it be, close people or now. I mean, if you're involved with this group for any length of time, you're going to have that close involvement with somebody who's either survived cancer or is going through it. And it's just a great family dynamic of people there to help support everybody and lift each other up.
So, Maddie, you said that you do theater in school and then you do this. Does it feel different being on stage with Voices of Hope performers versus your high school classmates?
It definitely does. I feel like I love high school theater, and it's so great, but Voices of Hope is really a big family. And it's all different types of people, all different ages, and it's really fun being able to perform, especially with my family on stage. And yeah, it's a nice little community.
So the proceeds from the ticket sale for Music Man will go towards cancer research. I understand you have a connection with Mass General, a cancer center affiliated with the hospital.
Yes. They, for the past 10 years, all the donations have been going directly to the Tamir Center for Targeted Therapies. They do a lot of work there with clinical trials and things to help with people battling cancer, and we have a very close relationship with them, and that's where all the money has been going for the past 10 years or so.
And this upcoming show is part of the March to $1 Million, which means that you are close to having raised $1 million for cancer research. I think the number I heard was so far you've raised about $970,000 that has all been donated to this research center.
That's correct, yeah. It's great. We're sort of hoping that maybe the Music Man will put us over the top. We recently had our annual meeting, and Greg was able to tell us that just this year alone we were able to donate $88,000, just this year, which is it's a pretty good year for us, So we're hoping that this will sort of put us over the edge for that $1 million goal.
So one of the things that I really liked when I was studying Voices of Hope is that you have actually seen results from your donation. Sometimes when you give money, you don't really know where it's going, and it's research, and you don't really see results. But according to Greg, you guys have actually funded 20 new treatments to help people who are trying to fight cancer, and it's been very you can see that your money is going and really helping people directly.
Yeah, it's great. I think there 23 is the number of FDA-approved therapies that have gone through, with all the different trials that they work on constantly. And the group does have a very close relationship with a lot of the nurses and doctors that work there. They come to see our shows, and we go there. Just this winter, we were there caroling in there and meeting some of their patients. So it's been great to have that sort of a close relationship. You really get to see where your efforts are having an impact.
Did you enjoy performing for some of the patients?
Yes, it was super fun. We get to in the winters, we go and carol everywhere, and it was super great performing. I know a lot of people, it felt really great performing for the patients and seeing where our money is going towards.
So there's all kinds of performance. I know you do 2 shows at the North Shore Music Theater. One is a cabaret in the fall, and then you do a big sort of book musical in the spring. What other kinds of events are you doing?
We actually have our summer program, which is for the kids of Voices of Hope, and we have a couple months in the summer where we're just there every week performing a little show for all the kids, and it's great, it's super fun.
Yeah, that's actually the second biggest fundraiser that Voices of Hope had this year was the summer program that they do, which is great to get the kids involved at an early age, and they have a real good grasp of what their performance is helping to do, and I think it's really for me as a parent, certainly it's great to see both of my kids involved with that and really sort of having the understanding of where their money's going. And then throughout the year, we try to get the Voices of Hope word out so that we get the exposure, and we do a lot of national anthems. We've done national anthems for the Patriots, the Celtics, the Bruins. So anything that we can do to sort of use our talents to get the sort of exposure and the word out about Voices of Hope and the work they do.
And also, so you did the national anthem at a lot of the sporting events, but also I saw a performance on the USS Massachusetts on a big ship.
Yes, that was a lot of fun, actually. So during COVID, it was impossible to do any live performing. Everything had shut down to that point. So we were doing a lot of, just to keep ourselves together as a group, we were doing a lot of video performances and things like that, which are all still available on our website, I believe. But we were able to with the USS Massachusetts, we did perform on the deck of a historic battleship in conjunction with them as part of some sort of advertisement for their museum.
So how many members do you have?
So many. I don't.
That's a great question. I don't know the actual numbers but I mean, we have over 60 people in this show alone, and that's lower than normal. Like a lot of times, some of our galas have upwards of 100 people just performing, and that's not to even say any of our directors and music directors and choreographers and stage crew and everybody who supports us on the outside. All the pit members, they're all donating their time as well, all the musicians, and it's really just a great organization. Everybody gives in different ways, with using their talents and their abilities, and it's really fantastic.
Oh, that's great. So you don't just have to be an actor to be part of this group. You could be a musician or a designer or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, that sounds great. Are you excited about the performance coming up?
I'm super excited. It is my first big show performance with all the adults because I was just eligible for it this year. And yeah, I'm super excited to do it.
So, Zanetta, can you give us your big line, something to look forward to?
Yeekas!
Thanks for that. That's a classic line from the Music Man, and I'm sure everyone will really enjoy hearing you perform it at the North Shore Music Theater in April. And thank you so much for joining me on Chelmsford Tonight. I think that this is a great thing that you are doing, and I hope that everybody out there will go out and purchase their tickets to the show because it'll be really fun to see Officer Meehan being Harold Hill. Do you ever sing when you're on the job?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. I might start working that into maybe some traffic stops and things like that. I'll dance up to the car if you run a red light, so.
Oh, that'd be great.
If you see me.
Okay, then I would actually enjoy getting a ticket. All right, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks again for having us.
So that's our show for tonight. Thank you for joining me and learning about what's going on in Chelmsford, and I hope that everybody gets out there, enjoys all these activities that we're having, and we're all really proud of the kids for what they're doing out there. And I want to thank my crew. I haven't seen you guys in a while. Thank Karen and Bob and John, and up in the control booth, Pete Padula, and I hope you all have a great night. I'm Karen Woodrow, and it's been a pleasure.